Hi everyone, today I have a project share to share with you from ieebee, and this is, of course, I've got a page using the gold Elegance washi tape set. This is the 16 rolls. I showed you the unboxing of this in a past video. I have an ieebee playlist if you'd like to see all of the products I've unboxed and used in projects from ieebee. Also, I'll have this unboxing linked down below in the description box. And then I also have a project share using the Dream Window 10-piece stickers, the retro hollow stickers that I received free to review from ieebee, as well as the Wind Letter 15 pieces of hollow material paper, which I called the frames basically. So I want to show you what I did. I actually combined the frames with this washi tape set. Alright, so if you need a refresher or missed the other video, here is this gorgeous set of washi tape with the gold foiling. Definitely a Mediterranean blue and white kind of vibe. I have some other ideas that I do want to do with this washi tape, but the first thing I thought of was, because it gave me a traveling vibe, was to kind of set it up like an art gallery. And you know, this page ended up being smaller than I thought, and I wanted to use the frames. So the page only fit 2 frames. So I kind of had like a wall, you know, in the background here, and then use the washi tape as a border. We've got that gorgeous white and blue washi tape along here. It's also accented by the gold framed accents, and then this patterned, more colorful ones of all of the pattern designs along this L part of the page. I really liked how this turned out. This individual square, this frame alone, took me an hour to complete. I am slower, and I had some trouble with the sizes and getting it lined up. Basically, I did this on another sheet of paper and then fussy cut around the frame and glued it onto the page. That seemed easier, except when I first did my markings of what the washi tape would show up, I accidentally marked around the outside of the frame instead of the inside. You know, rookie mistake, I suppose, but you know, obviously there were actually more layers of washi around here that wasn't going to be seen because, lo and behold, the frame was covering it up. But I wanted to do this kind of, you know, so this outside washi tape here is one of those little smaller rolls, and I ended up having to layer that multiple times because of the frame issue that I had lining it up. But that is this really tiny roll right here. And we got the nice gold foiling and the dark blue. I loved it because it was dark blue, of course. Any of these blues, I mean, this whole set is absolutely stunning. So you can definitely, if you want to take my inspiration and create your own art museum, you definitely can. I then took some of the others. Here's the white and gold all the way around here. And of course I needed one of the square patterned ones, and then the big square pattern in the center. I think I used the more colorful one. There's 2 that are bigger and square, I'm not sure, but here is, I know I used one of them for the border. I think this is the one I used for the border actually, but really, I mean, you can find, here's 4 squares right here that are pretty much just blue and gold. So it doesn't have to have the other colors. This does have the oranges and the reds, like I showed you in the last video. And then this one right here, I used, I think, in the center of, ooh, still got glue everywhere. I made this a while ago too. Made the center right here of my little, what I called, piece of art, you know, to frame it. And I struggled a little bit. Like I said, my page wasn't as big as I was thinking. I was hoping to get more frames in, but that's okay. The second frame, you're gonna laugh. This triangular one only took me 10 minutes to do. But I learned from my mistakes on the hour one, plus there wasn't all of these tighter, smaller pieces of different types of washi to get into the square. It was a lot easier. I decided to use all of the same washi roll in here. I really liked how that turned out. I used this I used this pinkish one here. It had all the colors. I pointed it out in my last video as having kind of a rainbow type pattern, pinks, golds, yellows, blues, there's purples in there, you know, basically a little bit of everything in this. And I thought that would look perfect with the pink frame, and I like the triangular shape. And then I cut along one of the triangular edges, and I had some extra washi. So I kind of made the stairs effect. So I envisioned going up the steps to the second floor of the art gallery and seeing these two paintings on the wall. You know, paintings, art of whatever type you'd like to imagine. So I really like how this turned out. I mean, this was easy and fun to do. This one was a little tedious, but also, I mean, worth it, because look how gorgeous this turned out. So it was a good learning process for me as well. And I just love, I think in terms of using frames, using washi tape to frame a photo, this is probably the best job I've ever done on a single page, in my opinion. Everything's straight, it's relatively lined up. I mean, I'm really happy with how it looks and how it turned out. So let me know what you think of this in the comments below. I'm very happy to be showing you guys these products from ieebee. The frames were fun to work with, and even though I fussy cut around the edges, that was fairly simple too. And I'm really enjoying the frames, and there's obviously a lot more things I can do with them. And like I said, ieebee doesn't call them actually frames. If you're looking for them on the website, I'll name them down below, but they're called wind letter. There's 15 pieces hollow material paper. So that is the name for that item. Now I'm going to get into the second page. All right, use your imagination as we enter this dream world, because the second page is a dream type spread. And I didn't have much to go with in terms of making a doorway into an outer part of a building. I had this one background paper in my stash that kind of looked like bricks. So imagine with me, if you will, we've got the steps. Yep, we got these steps right here down below. Out on the sidewalk, you reach the girl's door at the apartment. She's upstairs getting ready for bed. She's dreaming behind, looking outside the window. There's her bed right there. You know, back here, I think in the window, I decided to put some background pages, kind of in yellow papers that would look like maybe a potential wallpaper on her bedroom. Also, of course, yellow and blue look good together. I'm not sure how I love these colors together in total. I really wanted this book to be blue instead of purple, but I did use some other things from my stash, basically to create a little, you know, like she's a princess, there's a castle here, and just a little bit of a dream. So she's looking out this window. Another thing you can do is, if you want, you can use an X-Acto knife, put a board under the page that would be safe to not cut the paper, and then cut the windows to make it look clear, or to put your own thing in. But on this case, I glued down the background paper first, and of course put the window on top. In retrospect, I wish I would have put the book underneath as well, so this would be under the window and looking like it's in the house. But I glued down the window before finding the book and realizing the book would work well with this dreamlike land where she's dreaming of being a princess and going into a castle. Maybe she's running away on the steps up there. So that's what I have. I have another idea with the windows that I hope to do at some point. I have these amazing stickers. These were actually, this was one of the biggest windows. I had ideas of putting people behind the windows, and a lot of the people were bigger than I thought, and a lot of the windows weren't as big as I thought. But since then, I've gotten these other people stickers that are smaller, and one of them is actually doing a type of art project, and it's going to look perfect with those windows with the flowers on the outside of them that was in this kit from ieebee. So I'm super excited to do that. I have not made that yet. I don't know when I'll be showing it to you, but I'm hoping to make it at some point, because that would be a lot of fun. Now the windows, they were stickers. I'm not sure if I said that in the unboxing of them, but these did peel off. You have to be very, very careful. They are very delicate with the thin frames in here, especially this. This part was really delicate. This outer frame of the door actually did break down here at this little point, but I was able to stick it very carefully onto the page, so it doesn't really look like it broke. Now these are extremely sticky. They're unlike washi tape. You have to know where you want them. Once you put them down, they are sticking. You cannot pull them up without ruining, you know, the sticker, the page of paper on your journal, etc. That's why I couldn't just simply peel up this window and put the book sticker underneath. This thing was cemented down. They are very sticky, which is good, obviously. But just make sure you know where you want to put them before you place them, which I did for the most part. I just added the book. but to kind of further solidify the dreamscape. So I like this overall. We get a view that we're looking into her apartment, and then she's looking out and dreaming, and you know, bed's already sitting there. Maybe she's getting ready to go to bed. Maybe she's journaling. Maybe she's reading about a princess in a castle. I like how the castle fit into the background. So let me know what you guys think of this spread. And like I said, there are more ideas that I have with the windows as well, and ieebee actually doesn't call them windows. I'll have it in the description box below, but they do, sorry. This is called Dream Window, which I guess is exactly what I showed. I kind of forgot that it was called Dream Window. There's 10 of them, and they're called Retro Hollow stickers, and they are indeed stickers, which I am so glad of, because if they weren't stickers, I would have really needed a thin piece, maybe almost like a glue pen, or a bottle of glue with a really thin tip to glue down the tiny little frames. I mean, that would have been really difficult. So here's what I made with the second batch from ieebee. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you haven't already, please give this video a like, a thumbs up. It helps me and helps my channel. Remember, I have the discount code Jessie Miller, all in caps, will save you 30% now from ieebee. In the past, my code has saved 20%, but now it has been upgraded to save you 30%, and it is an affiliate link, so I do get a little bit of kickback that can go directly into my channel to be able to show you more things. I just want to put that out there. I'm always into saving you guys money. If you want to craft or buy any supplies for whatever you might do, we've been discovering uses of washi tape along in my videos. The code is there for you guys. So I thank ieebee so much for sending me these items free to review. They've been a great company to work with, and I can't wait to show you the next item from ieebee. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Bye.